Hello, my most amazing artists. Today we're going to start a new project based on the story that you should have listened or watched on our assignment. We're going to listen to The Mixed Up Chameleon by Eric Carle. It's one of my favorites. It's a cute little story about the chameleon who tries on all kinds of different colors and decides to just be all the colors. So he gets pretty mixed up. So we're going to draw a guided drawing of a chameleon. So what you'll need for this project is pretty simple today. You'll need a piece of white paper, drawing paper, hopefully a little bit thicker than your printer paper. We're using 9 by 12 at school, but you can use whatever size you have at home. That's absolutely fine. And you'll need a pencil. You might need your Sharpie as well. And that's probably as far as we're going to get today in your class. So that's how I'm just going to have you guys stop at Sharpieing today. So we're going to start by kind of figuring out where the middle of our picture is. So you can have your paper horizontal or vertical. It's up to you. It's artist's choice. I like to work horizontal, so it's just easier for me to record that way. So we're going to find the center of our paper, and we're going to pretend there's a big plus sign in the middle. So when we start drawing the head of our chameleon, we want to kind of start in the middle and go out towards this way. So I'm going to put a little dot right where I think the center is going to be. And that might be hard for you to see on the camera, but it's fine. And then I'm going to draw a letter L. And this is going to be the base of our chameleon's head. So you want to draw it kind of medium size, not super big and not teeny tiny. So I did an L. Then I'm going to take a curved line and I'm going to connect the two ends by making a curve. And that's going to be the top of our chameleon's face. So then I'm going to start at this line here, and I'm going to draw a leather line going straight back. And this is going to be our chameleon's body. So if you want it to be really long, you can make them longer. If you want it to be a little squishier, you can end it there. Then I'm going to put my pencil a little bit down from his head, and I'm going to connect this into a curve into that. So I'm doing that curved again. So it can be as curvy or as flat as you want it. And that's going to be kind of the back of our chameleon. Then we got to add two little legs. And we're going to make them really simple. We're going to use little U's. So I'm going to draw a letter U underneath my body here. And I'm going to draw a letter U underneath my body here. And mine kind of angled a little bit. And that's okay. So chameleons have really cool curly tails. So we're going to start that next. I'm going to start a little bit above the end of my body. And I'm just going to draw a curve and then bring it into a curl. Kind of like a number 6, but you stop. Then I'm going to go to the bottom of my body and I'm going to make that line a thicker line. So I'm just going to follow that same number 6 shape until I get to the bottom, and then I'm going to connect them with a U. Now your tail can be curlier or thicker or wider, all different types of chameleons out there. So now we got to give him a face. So we're going to add one circle on his face. I'm going to put another circle inside that circle, and that will be his pupil. So you can color that in with your Sharpie later. Then I'm going to add a tongue. So we're going to do a similar shape here. So maybe he's sticking his tongue out. We're going to just do a big kind of spiral in there. And if you want your chameleon to have a little smile, you can do that as well. If you don't, you don't have to. So that's kind of the body of our chameleon. So now we can add some details and what he's sitting on, because right now he's floating in space. And now my chameleon looks pretty small compared to my big old tail, and that's okay. But if you've drawn it and you don't like it right now, you can totally erase it or flip your paper over and try again. It is what it is. We're supposed to just a cute little chameleon, something kind of fun to go with the story. So in our story, our chameleon gets all mixed up. So we're going to draw some stripes. We're going to draw some vertical, straight lines going down our chameleon's body to create some stripes. And you can make them as wide or as skinny as you want. I also want to draw some lines going down my tail because I want him to have all kinds of mixed up colors. So I'm just drawing straight lines to mix up his tail. All right. So now he's still floating in air, so we need to fix that. So we want to make it look like he's on like a little tree branch, kind of hanging out. So I'm going to start drawing my tree branch, but I don't want to draw through my chameleon. So when we start, I'm going to start on the one edge of my paper. I'm going to start drawing my tree branch. But when I get to my line, I jump. I pretend to draw. I pretend to draw. I pretend to draw. And then when I'm done, draw. Oh, got to another line, skip. I'm going to draw it off. And your line can be super straight. It can be kind of wobbly. It's up to you. So now we need to draw a second line underneath this one. So you decide how thick that tree branch is or how skinny. And I'm going to make my branch a little wobbly, but when I get to my chameleon, I stop and I jump and I keep going. And I'm good. So now it kind of looks like our little chameleon is sitting on the branch. Okay? So on a tree branch, your tree branch could have leaves, and it can have lots of leaves or just a couple leaves. I'm going to draw a diagonal straight line and then another diagonal straight line, or it's like a weird letter Y. And at the end of each stem, I'm going to draw a happy face and a sad face and a line in the middle for a leaf. You can draw your leaves different if you like it. I do like a sad face, a happy face, and a line in the middle. Maybe you want to draw some branches up here. So I'm going to draw maybe smaller leaves up here. You can draw as many leaves as you would like on your branch. And maybe I'm going to put a leaf coming this way too. So I want to make sure there's leaves, because chameleons, I think, like to hide in the leaves, or maybe they eat leaves. It's up to you. And you can have big leaves. You can have small leaves. It's your imagination. All right. I think that's good for my leaves. You can always add more if you want. So the last thing we're going to decide is, do you want it to have a sun in your picture, or you just want them hanging out? So if you would like to draw a sun, you could draw a little sun in the top, or if you just want to leave it, you can. I'm going to leave mine because I like the way it looks. So once I'm all happy with my drawing, I'm going to get my Sharpie out. I'm going to outline all the pencil lines. So I'm going to go over carefully with my Sharpie and outline. And that's all we're probably going to have time to do today. And if you're like Mrs. Cole and your Sharpie goes off your pencil, that's okay. We can erase that later. If you were drawing your chameleon along with me and you don't like it, you can always start over until you get one that you really like, and then you can turn that in. So I am going to outline his tongue, but you don't have to. If maybe you want to color his tongue with a pink crayon or marker later when we add color, you can, but I'm going to go ahead and outline him. So I'm going to keep outlining. You keep outlining. If you have any questions, let me know. Once you're all done outlining your chameleon, go ahead and take a clear picture of it and upload it to this assignment, and we are all done for this week. So that's it. Outline and show me your chameleons. I can't wait to see your very mixed up chameleons. I'll talk to you later. Goodbye, my most amazing artists.